Hello and welcome to the outside of my shed. This is where it all happens, but as you can see it's in quite a bad state. Now I've always been a mend it and make do kind of guy. See, big hole in the door. It's leaning badly, and this whole thing also, there's no structure left to it now. So I would normally, try to fix it up, shore it up, make it more secure. But with the wife getting a new job, it's actually time to get a new shed. So rather than put it here, it's going to go the back. Let's go and have a look at it. So this is the area for the new shed. It's marked out with these bamboo sticks at the moment. So you've got 8 foot across there, going to here, giving you a 20 by 8 foot space. The idea is to have an 8 by 6 office, and then the rest of it will be workshop space. I have a time-lapse feature on my phone, so I think if I set it up on the top of the shed there overlooking this area, I should be able to get a nice time-lapse of how the foundations progress. If that can't capture the whole area, then I'll perhaps have to have a look at putting it further up the garden or further down that way, looking that way. Let's see what happens. So this will be the back view. This will be the office area here. Coming down to here, and then there is a step there. We'll take that down, make it a nice gentle slope down towards the pond. Totally grass everything over, add some wildflower seeds, and then hopefully some fruit trees just scattered around. That'll be this half, and then where the shed stops, the next half can be the private part of the garden. Probably get a spa, gazebo, little sun area up there. So what I intend to do is to do 3 or 4 episodes of building the shed. So this one now will get the foundations dug out, get the ground compacted, get some hardcore in, and the concrete on top. Then we'll perhaps do another episode of getting the electrics and the networking up here. We'll do another one actually building the shed, and then finally we'll fit the workshop out. And then perhaps there'll be another one in future when we do get round to doing the rest of the garden. Okay, so it ain't going to get done by talking, so I'm going to get changed and we'll start digging.
videoing?
Oh, blimey. Yeah, that's a long way out. Right, so far so good. So far everything's dug out to the right level. All the high spots are taken off. There are still some low spots, but that doesn't matter as long as they're not high. Next I'm going to rake over it a bit more, take out the bigger stones and the sharp stones. Then it will be laying a damp course, which is this stuff. And an inch of sand over the top of that, and then 2 inches of ballast, which I'll compact down, and then 3 inches of concrete. It's taken about 2 weekends so far, and I reckon another 2 to go, and I'll be ready to have the shed on. So that's a bit annoying, but not disastrous. So all I'm going to do is move this one over to that side, and then with a short strip I'll cut it halfway down so that the only part that's bare is the bit in the middle, and there shouldn't be too much moisture going to there anyway. I'm not going to spend another 40 quid buying another one. It's a bit annoying, but this is overkill anyway. You know, a lot of the videos I've watched, they don't put a damp a moisture barrier down anyway, so oh well, that's the way it goes. Right, well, my battery's about to go, so I reckon I've got another 2 or 3 barrows to bring up, and that'll be the last of the sand. So that's 1 bag of sand. I've got another 6 bags of the ballast to bring up, so at least 2 of them will just go straight on top of the sand and then compact it down and see how we get to there. So I won't film bringing up the ballast and popping it into the hole, but I'll get it when I get the whacker plate at the weekend. So that gives me 4 days to bring it up, and then Saturday we'll have a day of levelling off. Okay. So it took 12 barrows per bag to bring up. We filled it up with 3 bags, and then I realised my mistake. I didn't realise it didn't compress as well as I thought it would. So we took about another bag out, took up just above the line that I drew at the 3-inch mark. I'm going to whack it over now, see if it goes down. If it goes down lower than line, I really don't mind now. It'll just be a bit thicker concrete there. I'm not going to worry about that. Right, well, I think we're about there now to start whacking. Right, I'm happy with that so far. It's nice and hard now, it's hardly leaving any footprints in it, and that's going to be my measure. So I'm just going to cover it over now, just protect it from the worst of the rain, and then next time I'm on, it'll be pouring the concrete day. Right, so I'm on the final weekend of laying the foundation now, with a bit of luck. I know this video is going to jump about a bit. It's because when I get into my work, I'll set the cameras running and I'll leave them and forget about them, and then when I come to the end of the working day, this camera might have run out of memory, could have run out of battery, although I try to put it on mains. The camera one up on the shed there, that's on a time lapse, and again the battery could run out. So hopefully at the beginning and end of each segment I'll just run through what's happening. I won't even know now until I get to the edit. Right, so now the whacking's finished. I think I explained before that I overestimated the amount of hardcore that I was going to need to whack down. I thought if I put that much in, it'd compress by half, but it hasn't. So I've taken a load out, and I'm worried now that I'm going to have too much. But we'll see. If I've got a ton left over at the end, then I'll have to use it for something else. Right, so for today I'm going to put the reinforcing mesh in. To do that I'm going to just take a piece of wood and I'm going to chop it into 40mm high blocks that I can rest the mesh on. Cable tie the mesh together because it's in two pieces. Today it was going to be the pouring day, but I've had other jobs to do, so that'll be for tomorrow now. Right, so I've found a bandsaw tucked away in my shed. I'm going to set that up now and start cutting the blocks up. So this is the saw. It's quite a few years old now. It was my next door neighbour's as I was growing up, and this was his. He sadly died, and Sandy allowed me to have it. So it worked last time I used it. It's been a while, but it is plugged in. Okay, so that's working. Okay, the wood I'm going to be using is 47mm square. The blocks are going to be 40mm deep, and I've got about a dozen or so, and then I'll rest the mesh on top. There's two pieces of mesh. I'll show you that when it's actually on the ground. The mesh is 2.5mm thick, so I'll have 40 plus 2.5. And that'll leave around 50 to the top of the foundation, so it's roughly in the middle. Okay, so I'll set this to 90 degrees. And this 40. Yeah, just check that's right. A little bit short. Yeah, that's 40mm. I should point out I haven't used this for maybe 6 years, so I don't even know if this belt's going to last, and I don't think I've got a spare. I might have. I don't think I have, so I'll be careful. Actually forgot how good this saw is. If that can be seen, but it is 40mm. I think first I'll just cut this into more manageable lengths. Right, so then we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 27. That'll probably be enough. Right, into the next bit. That's that for now. It's all ready. One job left for me to do tonight, and that's to move the security light from one end of the shed to the other, so this lights up just in case I'm still mixing concrete when it gets dark. So we'll call that a day for now, and I'll start pouring concrete in the morning. Right, so I'm finally ready to start mixing concrete. I've got everything up here on here. I've got all the hardcore, the cement's over there, big piece of wood for tamping down, wheelbarrows, trowels, buckets, the hose. Okay, I think I'm ready. What I'm going to do is a 5-to-1 mix, so 5 big shovels of the hardcore ballast and 1 big shovel of cement. And then I'm going to try and use the same amount of water in each one. I have to measure if it's half bucket or 1 bucket or what. Then pour that, and hopefully I'll finesse it from there. Yeah, so that's it. I'm going to start mixing. Right, it's almost full. It's just up to a little mark in the bucket, just so that I can judge how much is there. This I cleaned out last night. So just a splash of water in there first. This I am making up. I don't know how to mix concrete or lay it. I'm just going on a few videos that I've watched. This doesn't work. What we got there is 5 ballast and 1 cement. So obviously I can fit at least another 5 in. So I'm going to do that now. There's nothing sticking to the back anymore, so I think that's pretty good. I don't even think I got that on camera. But there's the first barrel full. Another 100 to go. Right, it's near the end of the next day now, so this top end's had a good 24 hours to dry, and the bottom probably about 20 hours. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. I've had a piece of wood over it and it's levelish. There is a couple of high spots. This corner, the very last corner, is fractionally high. I've been round with a trowel and just done the edges. That's like a millimetre, maybe half a millimetre. So really shouldn't affect anything once the shed's on. You may have noticed that the end, the mix that I was using was slightly different. I abandoned the bucket straight away and started using the hose so that I could hose down the mixer as I was going, because it was in the right state when I had it. All this is old stuff. So as I was going, I was washing the rim and the mixer inside so that nothing could set. So that then put a bit of water in the bottom, to which I added the sand. Let the sand absorb most of the water and then add the cement, and then just added water towards the back of the drum till it was the right consistency. I don't know if that's the way to do it, but it worked for me. Oh, the other bit that didn't turn out quite so well was this edge here, which is a bit rough. I think that's from when the dog walked over it and I was trying to get rid of his paw prints. It had already gone off a bit too much for me to be able to fix it. But overall I'm happy. Hopefully it'll last. Obviously it was me doing it. I'm an amateur. I don't think I'm going to be given any offers for jobs in the building trade after this. So I hope you've learned something, even if it's what not to do. But that'll do for now. The next video, it'll be choosing the shed. I'll try and film that. And then actually having it put up. So thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for the next one, and I'll see you next time.